In 1986, a young cadet from the Officers Training School, Mangla, stepped into the Pakistan Army with quiet ambition and disciplined resolve. His name was Syed Asim Munir. He did not come from the prestigious Pakistan Military Academy route. His rise would not be written by tradition, but by strategy, intelligence, and timing. He joined the Frontier Force Regiment, slowly climbing the ranks. While many officers sought honor on the battlefield, Asim Munir found his battlefield elsewhere, behind closed doors, in silent offices where information meant power. In 2017, he was appointed Director General of Military Intelligence. The state's internal lens sharpened. Surveillance deepened. A new style of power began to form: silent, invisible, and direct. In October 2018, he reached the most sensitive office in Pakistan, Director General of the Inter-Services Intelligence, a seat where every truth is visible and every secret can be weaponized. But it was here, analysts say, that the first fracture with Prime Minister Imran Khan emerged. According to political insiders, intelligence reports placed before the Prime Minister referenced matters linked to the First Lady, Bushra Bibi. Tensions rose. Within 8 months, Asim Munir was removed. One of the shortest tenures in ISI's history. For some, this would have been the end. For Asim Munir, it was only the beginning. He remained silent. He observed. He waited. He commanded. One of Pakistan's most strategic corps, refining networks, building influence, repositioning himself for the moment history would invite him again. And history did. In November 2022, amidst political chaos, collapsing state trust, and parliamentary engineering, Asim Munir returned, not just as a general, but as the Chief of Army Staff, the most powerful unelected position in the country. Critics argue that from that moment forward, Pakistan's politics shifted from being contested in parliament to being settled in Rawalpindi. Opposition voices claim that the fall of Imran Khan from power months earlier was not simply a parliamentary vote. They say it was a carefully orchestrated realignment of loyalties, pressure, and timing. The state rejected these allegations, but the timing, many argue, spoke louder than statements. After he became army chief, a wave rolled across the nation. Imran Khan faced cases: Toshakhana, Cypher, Al-Qadir Trust, Iddat. Each case, opponents claimed, was designed not merely to punish one man, but to erase an entire political movement. Courts moved fast. Bail was overturned. Appeals dragged. Streets filled with fear. On 9th May, an eruption. Anger spilled. Protests turned violent. In response, thousands were arrested. Women, students, activists, journalists. Human rights organizations reported mass detentions, nighttime raids, disappearances, interrogations without record. The state said it was protecting national security. Critics said it was crushing dissent. Media changed. Anchors vanished from screens. Political coverage narrowed to a single narrative. Social media platforms slowed or shut down. The silence in Pakistan did not come with martial law. It came through signals, laws, and screens. A new era. Not dictatorship by boots, but by bandwidth. Meanwhile, outside the country, new alliances took shape. Asim Munir traveled to Saudi Arabia, UAE, and other power centers. Billions in financial assurances followed. But observers pointed out that these negotiations were led not by elected ministers, but by the military leadership. The public face of power was civilian. The control, many said, was not. Then came February 2024. Election Day. Networks shut down. Results delayed. Independent candidates backed by PTI, according to unofficial tallies, appeared to win. Yet, as the night turned into morning, and morning into another night, numbers shifted, tallies reversed, constituencies changed. A new government emerged, not through the ballot's clarity, but through its blur. Opposition called it the most openly engineered election in Pakistan's history. Meanwhile, in the religious sphere, tensions deepened. In Muridkai, during the early hours of prayer, state forces moved on TLP supporters. Videos spread faster than official statements. Tear gas through mosque streets, clashes, arrests. The state spoke of law and order. Religious groups called it desecration. In border regions, relations with Afghanistan deteriorated. Refugees were expelled. Trade stalled. A region once seen as strategic depth became a corridor of tension. And as Gaza burned under Israeli bombardment, Pakistan spoke of solidarity. But critics questioned why no real diplomatic pressure followed, why alliances and silence moved together. Inside Parliament, changes in law subtly reshaped power. Extensions, term clarifications, restrictions on judicial challenge. Analysts said these were not laws written for institutions, but for continuity of command. The question slowly formed in the minds of many. If the army chief controls foreign aid, policy, internal security, media, political narratives, court outcomes, and economic direction, then where does the civilian state begin? And where does it end? This is not the story of one man alone. It is the story of how power works in Pakistan, a state where governments come and go, but the center of gravity never shifts. Some say Asim Munir is preserving Pakistan in an age of instability. Others say he is the architect of the instability itself. History will not remember statements, slogans, or speeches. It will remember outcomes, and the people of Pakistan must decide. Will they accept silence as stability, or will they reclaim the voice that has been taken from them? This story is still unfolding, and the next chapter will not be written in the barracks, the courts, or the assemblies, but in the hearts of millions who now watch in silence, waiting.